Looking quite hot there and sweaty, Fiona.
I don't want to use the expression because Karen always used to say, I'm melting, but I know what she means. I feel like an ice cube in the sun. What it is, I put Savlon all over my face.
Oh dear.
You know, well, I thought it was a good idea. It's sort of sealed a lot of the sweat in, which is fighting to get out.
Hello darling, where are we going?
Pisacora.
Pisacora, oh that's the cafe down by our boat. Yes. It's a cafe there, but I think the upstairs is closed. That would have made a good video.
This is actually really nice the way they've done the seating now, and they've made this all enclosed. It's much nicer than when we came before.
Looks very
I
civilised.
have no idea what the prices are like here. Last time we came here we had a couple of tapas. I think you had a beer and I had a Coke, and it came to €80.
Well, we'll just have 2 G&Ts. You haven't ordered a massive double, have you?
No, just normal.
Just a normal one, yeah. That's great, because I've got to do a live. What's the time now? Got to do a live as the sun goes down, and the fireworks are going to be around 9 o'clock to 9:30, something like that.
It gives me a chance to stare at my own boat as well.
It does, it does. Staring and thinking and staring.
Yeah.
Okay, well we've decided to come and have a G&T at the bar here, next to our boat, with the view of our boat. And the fireworks tonight, hopefully, with it's D-Day, not D-Day, it's National Day, D-Day. I've been watching too many videos today. So the fireworks, I'm reliably informed, will be about 9 o'clock, so we're going to grab some of those, and we're going to have a little drinky here in the bar.
This is the life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want it to the top?
Yeah, thanks. Cool. That looks civilised.
Oh, yes.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers. Oh, it is past it.
No, I don't think so.
I'm really looking forward to going to Leroy Merlin tomorrow morning.
She needs some wood to do the roof.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting that done. I think
Careful peanuts.
I don't like those sorts. They're not peanuts. They're like coated. They're dried, very very dry, and I don't know. They're coated in a kind of sugary, and they're very break your teeth sort of nuts, aren't they?
You don't know what you're missing the
They're
knife.
fancy nuts, designer nuts. Not my thing.
I like designer nuts.
I like a bag of pork scratchings. Nothing like it. This is very civilised, isn't it?
Now what do we talk about?
I don't know, is this what happens when you get old? You can't think of anything to talk about. Oh.
Are you okay?
So today is National Day. I was thinking it was Monday, but it's not. Tomorrow is Monday, and tomorrow is a bank holiday in Gibraltar because they're all going to have a hangover from National Day. You're all going to film the fireworks in a bit, aren't you?
It's normal you have a bank holiday on a Sunday. They usually give you a Monday off as well.
I think that's the reason for the bank holiday, or is there another? Oh no, it might be because the Queen died or something. Didn't Charles create a new bank holiday?
No, the National Day was cancelled last year because the Queen died just like a week before. Or in the week.
2 days, but she died on the 8th, and National Day is on the 10th.
So they just cancelled it. They cancelled National Day last year. So there was no National Day last year. So it's on this year. That's right. It's the year anniversary, but They've got to be careful because I think the dates. I'm not sure the date of the Great Siege when Spain and Gibraltar had a big war, biggest battle ever. I think that was the 9th of September.
Oh, is that why they chose the 10th?
So they don't celebrate it on the 9th because that would be like an anniversary, wouldn't it? So they put National
Oh,
Day.
I see. But they invented this in 1995. I think it was Peter Caruana who said we need a national day to recognise our own culture.
But then tomorrow is 9/11, isn't it? Anniversary.
Right.
So all our American friends will.
Yes, but if Peter Caruana created National Day in 1995, 9/11 didn't happen until 2001, so they wouldn't have known that would be a clash, would they?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. But it wasn't. It's like a day different.
But yes, 9/11.
9/11's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we don't say it that way around in Europe. We say the 11th of September, so the 11th of the 9th. So
we all know what it means.
Yeah,
though.
of course we do. Yeah.
That was horrific. I was going to talk about the time that we all, well, all the times actually that we've all tried to participate in National Day, and it's like we're cursed. That's why we don't go into Jib on National Day, because something always goes wrong, doesn't it? In fact, every time we try and organise a bit of a jolly at Dolphin Safari, something goes wrong.
Well, we tried to book the restaurant, didn't we?
At the top of the rock. It's a lovely restaurant.
Just as we got in the gondola and set off, they decided to close the cable car and bring us all back.
We all dressed up really posh as well.
No way of getting to the top of the rock otherwise, unless you get a taxi, and they want about £100 to take you up there.
Yeah.
There's a tour, they won't take you up and drop you off.
And I don't like heights, and then this canoe thing was swinging about, and it was absolutely chocker with people. And my boss was saying, the cable's gonna snap, the cable, you know, just for a laugh, which was alarming me and alarming a lot of the tourists who were looking at the cable. And then they only went 50 metres up and they went, it's too dangerous, we go back down. I thought, oh my God, and at 50 metres up, you're about 200 metres above the ground, my God.
So we finished up in the cafeteria, didn't we, down at Europa Point?
Oh, it was a nightmare. We had to get the bus, and they wouldn't let us into the fancy restaurant because it was for celebrities only, apparently. So we ended up going into a sort of an Elvis cafe, which is quite nice, but it wasn't what we planned.
We did it on video, didn't we?
I wanted to go to Mons Calpe, which is lovely. If ever you're in Gibraltar, there is the most... all restaurants are lovely, but this one, Mons Calpe, is at the very top of the rock, and they've even integrated the rock into the cafe, into the building, so it comes through the glass and stuff. It's really lovely the way they do it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the year before might have been closed because of COVID. The year before.
Was it 2021 that we tried to do it?
I think. 19. I've got the video, so I can
Do you know,
check.
I can't remember. No, I think it was after the COVID we tried to do it.
No.
You don't
I
think?
can't remember.
I think it was the year Tim and Crunchy got married.
That wasn't until December.
Yeah, but it was that year. It was 2021. You'll have to put
Everyone
a
had
bit
to wear masks in the registry office. I don't.
You'll have to put a bit of that National Day video in with this, so they get a flavour. Because I did go into Jib earlier. I had to go in trying to get some honey for Graham, and all the shops are closed, so I went to the airport. All I could get in were chocolate digestives to dunk in your tea, because he has honey in tea now, and our daughter just used the whole blooming pot. I don't think she realised that you're using it.
I can drink tea without sugar, but I don't like it. I'll drink like 1 cup a day. Whereas if we put some honey in it, so I've cut sugar out because of the chemotherapy and problems associated with that. So I really need. I can drink loads of it with the honey in. It's very good.
And ginger, honey and ginger, very
and
good.
Ginger, yeah. Been putting a few slices of ginger in. It's good stuff.
Oh, it's suddenly got quite busy now.
Are you having another one?
I am, because you're being quite slow. You're such a health freak.
Here you are.
Gracias.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
TripAdvisor.
Yeah, very good.
So I don't know if you guys can see my ladder from here. It's there. It looks really good. It's the best part of the boat.
It's because it's new.
Yes, that's the thing with boats. A lot of people say if you want to lose a fortune, buy a boat. That's not actually true. The most expensive thing about owning a boat is paying for the moorings, where you're going to put it. Jobs on the boat, you've really got to think it through. Now, there's someone I know, and I'm not going to name him, and please don't.
Who?
It'll become apparent as I tell the story. He is, or was, fixing up a boat for a multi-millionaire in Gibraltar. And he said to me, if you're going to do a job properly, if you're going to do a job, Fiona, do it properly. Spend the money. And I thought, I'll call him X. I thought, well, all very well and good if you're a multi-millionaire and you're actually doing the boat up on behalf of a multi-millionaire, so you don't really care, it's his money. Now, I have seen people spend a fortune on boats, and by the end of the year, it's fucked. Doesn't matter how much money you spend on it. It's not the same situation as, going for a cheap kettle. Boats decay. They're sitting in a decaying environment. So the best thing is to use cheaper wood, and it's going to go in a year or two, and or you maintain it. Even cheap wood, if you maintain it, clean it, paint it every year, look after it, then it will hold its own, and you can use things that
we
are
used
cheaper.
pallets, didn't we? We cut a load of pallets up and we used pallet wood because we were using it for firewood on the wood burner.
Yeah.
Then Fiona said, hang on a minute, we could use this on the boat, and we varnished it and used it on the boat.
Well, it suddenly occurred to
me. It worked, and we thought, well, if it ever rots, we can just get a bit more pallet wood and put it up there.
I mean, it was a fashion, a lot of people making garden furniture out of pallet wood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then it suddenly occurred to me that the type of wood they use to make pallets is generally very high
Come
quality.
around this way, I want to get Gibraltar in the background. Look, I'm being artistic cameraman now.
It doesn't, pallet wood is made up of all sorts of hardy wood. It just doesn't match, and that's, they use up all the old bits that are left over, but they want pallet wood to last because it's got to lift heavy things, and the pallet wood has held up stronger than anything else. I've never seen the likes of it. It's amazing. It's incredible.
The moral of the story is, you ever want to build a boat, go and buy a load of pallets
And make a boat out
and
of
denail them and make a boat.
That was a lot of work, denailing them, cutting out. And the problem is, because the pallets are relatively small, I mean, that roof I've got to do, at the longest point is 4.5 metres. And now show me a 4.5, 5 metre pallet. It doesn't exist, does it? Otherwise, I'd happily do that. So what I want to get from Leroy Merlin, basically, are the type of planks they'd use on scaffolding. That's really what I'm looking for.
That'll last a while, won't it? Like floorboard beams.
Exactly, and I'll make it look beautiful, you'll see. But I've got my life rings coming, and I always had my life rings on the sides of the boat. And also, I'm so excited.
Let's start walking.
About this. I'm going to buy some coach lamps, like on the King's carriage, the square Victorian lamps, like Cinderella coaches, and I'm going to have them on extending arms either side of the boat, off the roof, for the port and starboard green and red lights. Oh, it's going to be like having a pumpkin coach to live on.
She is.
I might even hang some diamonds from the front of the boat, like Christmas. Do you remember one year we bought solar strip lights and we put them all round the bow, all round the lower roof and all round the top roof, and everybody loved it. Our boat looked spectacular, but it's decayed, the COVID, and I'm going back, 9 years we did that. Everybody said
you can still get the
I want that.
the 12 volt LEDs and stuff like that.
Oh, what a lovely sunset. And with the boat in the background, do you know what I really love about our boat at the moment? Is the way that the roof is hanging off. It's quite artistic, isn't it? The way the front bit, the peak of the cap is just kind of hanging down. That's class, isn't it? There's no other boat in the world that's doing that at the moment.
Don't think you can make that out. Come on.
Oh, and another thing. And another thing.
And another thing.
We knew a fella who lived on our pontoon. Very sadly, he got drunk and fell off the boat and died. He drowned.
He did.
A neighbour found his body not far from our boat. But he told us something when we took the boat out of the water in 2018. He said, when you paint the bottom of your boat, put curry powder and chili powder in it and you won't get any barnacles. And he was absolutely right. It's been 5 years because their little tongues don't like it. What they used to do was put ground copper in. You know, like when you suck a penny, the little sea animals. That's the theory of anti-foul, which is very expensive. So we bought the environmentally friendly anti-foul and we bought a load of chili powder and so we put it all in, and no barnacles have taken up the opportunity of sucking the bottom of our boat since, have they? Burns their little tongues.
It does.
How are you feeling after your evening stroll?
I'm alright, I've enjoyed that G&T.
Good. That's what we're going to do every night.
Just hit the spot. Only one.
Hello, birdies. We'll walk a little bit further every night. We'll do the Luna Bar tomorrow night, if you want.
Okay.
Which is twice the distance. And that's on the beach, and it's got
Well, we could do the marina office. There's all those big super yachts down that way.
There is.
That's where they park, isn't it? And it's great, this boulevard.
It is.
Like I say, people come walking on this boulevard, and they're here with little kids into the early hours. You know, it's unheard of in the UK. I've mentioned that before.
In fact, when Ben was little, he used to come over here, and I was a bit worried. You know, he might get grabbed. And he made friends with people his own age. He was about
The Super Bowl, we used to call it, because it's like a skateboard park, and all the kids are right in there and riding their bikes, and you get some adults as well.
Yeah, he made friends with kids his own age, 10 or 11. He made friends with teenagers, people in their 20s, and there was a guy in his 40s or 50s who used to do the roller booting. He was like a superstar. And I relaxed about it after a while. I used to watch him through binoculars from the boat. Check no one was trying to mess with him.
We'll have to come to this bar when they open upstairs, so we can do a video up there.
What's the
Can't we?
point in them having the upstairs when they never let anybody up there? Otherwise I would go in there.
I don't know.
I don't want to sit downstairs in their cafeteria.
It's like having a taxi, isn't it? And every time someone gets into the back of the cab, you go, "I'm closed. I'm not taking you nowhere."
I mean, the upstairs is very Marbella, isn't it? It's lovely, but they won't let anybody sit up there.
That's what she's talking about there. Look, I've never been in. Every time I've been there, it's either been packed, and there's no room, or it's closed. But it's sort of half open today.
Well,
Downstairs is open.
Look at this as a marketing example. I used to be in charge of marketing at Dolphin's Ferry. There's no one in the restaurant. It's empty. The chef's having a fag at the door. If they just laid the tables upstairs, they'd be full. Nobody wants to sit downstairs on the plastic chairs in a cafe that looks like any other cafe. Everybody wants to sit upstairs.
It's like having a website where you can't buy anything. Every time you click on buy now, it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, Spanish government, they've got a few of them, unless you've got Firefox apparently.
So there's a few people at this end sitting outside.
Literally nobody is sitting inside, nobody.
Must be a marketing ploy. I'd have gone there tonight. I'd have given them my money.
I think it is, because I've managed a lot of bars. The staff can't be asked to go up the stairs and lay the table. They've thought, fuck it, lay them downstairs, what's the difference? And they're just taking a wage. They don't care about the business. Every pub, every restaurant I've ever worked for, I have felt a responsibility to get the tills ringing. You know, get the money in, get the money in. That's what they're paying me to do. They're not just paying me to serve. And I would say, lay the tables upstairs. Oh, I don't want to climb the stairs. I bet you that's what it is. They don't want to go up the stairs. And what's going to happen when there's no customers in there? It'll close and they'll lose a job. That's why I've always worried about the people I work for, because if you let them down, you let yourself down.
You do.
It's like biting the hand that feeds, isn't it? Don't walk into the bench cream.
I'm just going to look at the houseboats again in the daytime. I say daytime, it's sunset. Look, sun's going to go down soon. And I'm going to get this live running. Because I don't want to miss the fireworks, do we?
No,
It's usually
I
a good
love
show.
fireworks.
It's usually a good show. I don't know how well it'll show up on the webcam or not, but if we don't try, we won't find out, will we?
I think it'll show up quite well. And do you reckon they do the fireworks at 8:30 and not midnight?
I asked Kaiser, she said around 9 o'clock.
You ask Kaiser.
I did, didn't I, Kaiser? I asked you when you said about 9 o'clock. Maybe,
No pressure, Kaiser.
maybe a little bit later. I don't know.
Like midnight.
It's got to be dark first, hasn't it? I don't know. I don't know what time they're going to do it. So we'll just put the camera up there and go for it. You can hear the music.
That's nice. I like the music because it's quite distant.
Yeah, but they got laws in Gibraltar. You know, if you want to make noise after a certain time, you have to apply to the magistrates' court and things like that. You know.
Oh, I'd love it if that Uno Dos Tres went there. Not only would everyone kick the shit out of him, he'd end up in front of someone like Charles Pito, probably be sent to prison for 6
Yeah,
months.
prison. For being an arse. Our evening walk. These are my trees, by the way. Some of them are. Look, there's all new ones growing. Look,
Baby ones.
baby ones, baby trees. Love palm trees.
They're Mexican.
What I should do is get a big handful and go and sprinkle them on top of a mountain somewhere. Just walk to the top of a mountain in Spain. Sprinkle loads at the top,
Mind your legs.
and then as they grow, they'll drop seeds, and the seeds will get blown downhill, won't they? And then, before you know where you are, there'll be trees everywhere. But unless you get them to the top to start off with, they won't start. They'll never get up there on their own, will they?
Sorry?
I think. I thought you were engaging in my conversation.
It's miles behind.
Miles away.
I was looking at that sunset actually. That's lovely. Really lovely.
I used to think selfie sticks were shit, but they're all right actually.
The new ones were shit.
The
They were
newer ones are better.
The ones we used to have, 2014, they were awful. We had a load of people on the boat who used them and their phones plopped in the sea.
I've seen a few phones go overboard. But if you did the dolphin trip on the last day of your holiday and your entire holiday's been on your phone and you didn't have Google to back it up with.
Mind a bench, I don't want you to walk into
I'm not walking
bang
into
your-
benches.
Well,
I
I've done it a load of times
I
myself.
can film and walk at the same time.
They blend in with the ground though.
They do.
And they're shin height.
They are. There's no police cars here tonight. They must all be on Instagram taking pictures of each other.
Yes.
Either that or they're
No comment.
all in jib getting pissed.
Probably, yeah. A lot of the Spanish do go in for National Day.
Fiona and I were discussing the roof, and we might make it into a place where we can put a couple of chairs and have a few drinks and things. And it's quite a nice spot. We have never really made any use of it. I mean, we just put television aerials and a wind generator up there, and that was about it. But it would make a nice spot, wouldn't it, to sit?
Oh, you mean the wind turbine? It doesn't work. It isn't connected to anything. It can
It
go.
does work, and it was connected until Madam here cut it off. But it could illuminate the whole boat when it's windy at night.
What? I never cut it off. I don't even know how it's connected, you liar. Or you're like Meghan Markle. You are such a liar, Graham. I have no idea how it's connected.
We're almost back at the boat, so I'm going to get the other webcam out, and I'm going to go live and film the sunset and hopefully some fireworks. Gibraltar Live on Starlink. Good night, and may your God go with you.